Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to a video called Sweden's Sandwich Cake, Smörgåstårta. I don't know if that's probably me butchering this. It's sort of like a smorgasbord, but smörgåstårta, something of the sort, which I would assume translates to, obviously tarta is like cake, but a smorgasbord, you know, the smorgs, it's the same sort of like word. I do not know what that could mean actually, but I think, you know, because it's like a lot of things, and I'm guessing because the smorgasbord is just like a lot of like little things like in one table, and I would assume the cake is similar in the sense of like you get a lot of things put in a sandwich because it's a cake, but as well sandwich. I do know there are like, I don't know if Sweden invented this cake, this sandwich cake. I believe, I don't know why I have it in my head that there's like other places that have this, but maybe I'm totally wrong, and probably most likely Sweden was sort of like they made it up, like they were like, well, you know, Sweden does this, and probably there's like a lot of like Swedish immigrants here, and you know, they brought this. Maybe, I don't know, doesn't the Midwest have one of these things as well, similar to like a sandwich cake, but you know, it's made with like white, like with slices, not like a baguette, but like white bread, like slices of white bread, and they just put like lettuce and stuff, mayonnaise and fish, maybe, because I know that Swedish like eat a lot of fish, so maybe that's the case. I don't know. We're probably gonna be seeing the history and actually look at how it's made, but I'm very curious. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe.
Google Smörgåstårta and tell me what you think it is. I mean, it's a cake, but it has shrimps and salmon, and the base is bread, so it's a sandwich.
See, I think I've seen those things before. I don't know why I have that.
It's like smörgåstårta. You can't really describe in any other way.
I do love a food that defies expectations.
Those, I'm guessing those are like tiny shrimps, but they didn't really look like that appetizing because it looks like some sort of worm actually. Obviously, knowing the context, the full context of like I'm seeing cherry tomatoes and lemons, I'm like, okay, it's shrimp. But you know, from the outside, it looked like it looked like worms. I think just because the shrimps are like very small.
And this one does seem to have it all.
It's a Swedish classic from the 1930s.
Oh my god, okay. Right off the bat, I'm not imagining this because I'm thinking of like a white, again, I have it like sort of like a circular bread, you know, you cut because bread obviously it's like it's not circular, it's square. So it's sort of like square, and it's a square cake, and there's layers, but it's just like this, and maybe has like lettuce and stuff on top, but I think, and you sort of, but this is the decoration, right? And I'm seeing like the cherry tomatoes and stuff, but I'm not, and when they said salmon, I was like, oh, the salmon's like the slices of salmon, you know, they go like in between the layers. I'm not imagining, it's literally covered as like what you do with frosting. It's not a frosting, it's salmon. It's, you know, it's gravlax probably. Do you know, it looks good. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to try this.
This is Jovan.
Johan Sandelinja Lawson, and I'm the owner and the head pastry chef here at Katten.
But that's not a pastry, right? That's actually like a savory dish. Maybe they also like, at his store they also like have this, but it's funny that he's like, I'm a pastry chef, but that's not a pastry.
Says that it's a very Swedish food.
If you're from out of Sweden, you think meatballs is so Swedish, but it's not. Smörgåstårta is very typical Swedish. You have it all over the country.
So for the record, what is it?
It's a cake, tårta, and it's sandwich. So it's a sandwich cake.
Yeah. But like logistically, the base of this sandwich cake is a white bread that has a filling.
We have a special mixture called skagenröra here. It's just fresh shrimps, mayonnaise, and a pinch of horseradish.
See, that sounds great. That sounds like I would love to try this. He also, I don't know if like does it vary like depending on what region of the country, or is just like, no, this is the basics. Like you always have shrimp, horseradish, mayonnaise, and that was it, right?
The cake is then covered in a whipped cream cheese and or mayonnaise and left to sit refrigerated overnight.
And then we decorate it with the salmon.
Side note, where do they have the because again, it's a round bread. Some of them, yes, you can find those in certain bakeries like the round, but they're like specific types of bread. How would I go around? Like, should I go look for like, do you have bread for smörgåstårta? That's how I would go around to buy, like if I'm interested in doing this. Obviously only in Sweden, you know, I'm not gonna go like a bakery in Ireland and be like, hey, you have bread for smörgåstårta? They're gonna look at me a little strangely. But is it in Sweden, like, do they sell the breads like separate, or maybe you can find them at supermarkets? Would love to know.
So shrimps. A lot of people love it. We make at least 10 a day. So I mean, it's big.
Oh, okay, 10 a day because you really like you ask for like a slice. Like you have this for lunch and you're like, hey, can I get a slice of smörgåstårta for lunch? It's not like because I'm imagining it's like a cake, right? I'm imagining like you bring out this cake, this smörgåstårta, like, hey, I brought this. Obviously, if you have an event, a party, or whatever, like you would, I assume you would like bring this. But usually, like you can also get like slices in any bakery, you know, technically a bakery or restaurant, whatever, you would ask for this, right? So it makes sense that it's like, we make 10. You're not eating the whole thing. Obviously, you're eating like a slice.
Surprisingly, here in New York City, I was unable to find it. Yeah, hi. I was wondering if you guys had smörgåstårta. You don't. Okay, thank you.
You have to make it yourself.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had smörgåstårta. You don't. You don't. Okay, thank you.
You're in the Midwest?
So I'm gonna just have to make it on my own.
Maybe not.
We usually have two different kinds. We have one with meat, and then we have with the seafood.
So I'm gonna go with the
The meat one doesn't sound that appetizing to me. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm on the wrong here, but it sounds better with seafood, but maybe that's a personal thing.
seafood one. There's a really big seafood section here at my grocery store.
It comes from smorgasbord, a full buffet filled with delicacies.
Mayo. And the bread.
Yeah, but I would love to know what the smorgasbord, like, because smorgasbord, yet what smorgs mean? You know, because the board is just the board, but what does it mean, like the word in Swedish? What does that translate to?
Got the bread.
My grandma always used to serve smörgåstårta when I was a kid. It's part of our heritage here because it's the best of everything.
I think we're ready to make this cake sandwich.
Yeah,
make the sandwich
easy
cake.
enough, actually.
Okay, I've got what I need for part one.
Okay.
Jovan, chef, walk me through this.
If you don't want to cook, it's a perfect dish.
It's true.
First we cut the bread, then we spread the filling.
But how did she make the filling? Like, she just like this shrimp, and she just like mix the shrimp, the mayonnaise, the horseradish, and I thought it was like spring onions, or I don't know what sort of herbs she used.
Salads.
Then we put another layer of bread.
This is not a typical activity for me to do on my
why is
living
she?
floor.
Why
Another
is she in the
filling.
kitchen?
And then the bread.
It looks like buttercream, truly.
Yeah.
Then we cover it in fresh cheese or mayonnaise.
I wanted a
Part
cream.
one, done. Off
I
to
wanted
the
the cream
fridge.
cheese because of the salmon. I think
Day two.
it was good.
Day after
Okay.
you decorate it with all the fresh fish and salmon and shrimps and everything, and then you eat it same day. So it gets quite creamy and white.
Okay, yeah. So like the filling is just shrimp, and then you decorate with the crab legs. That's isn't it like because I get the shrimp and crab legs. It's just I don't know. Like I would like to try it, but I would like it more if you could make it like just shrimp or just salmon. But I don't know. This one looks good as
To
well.
say gooey, there's a lot of flavors, but it's not a lot of texture.
Yeah, but I like that you have like the radishes and the cucumber. Like looks good.
Let's
Looks
see
good.
what this is about.
Oh, you eat it with a one.
Oh, I think Jovan did this a bit of an injustice. I think the word gooey is not right. I do feel that it's very soft, but like
True. There's no crunch.
if you like cream cheese and if you like smoked fish, make yourself a smorgastorta.
Yeah, like
It's,
it looks good.
It's good. I wonder if you used maybe a heartier bread. Actually, who cares? This is good. My final verdict on this, is it a sandwich or a cake? Jovan's right.
It's both.
It's just a sandwich cake. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if there are any other foods you'd like to learn about and have me explore. Until then, skål.
What's cool? Is it like bon appetit?
Our store is live. Use the link in the caption to grab your great big story merch. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Okay, so I would love to try one of these things, actually. I love that she was able to replicate it at home. I think I will also try it. It's not that hard to get. I think the ingredients are not. It's funny that she was like, I tried calling like certain places and we're like, no, we don't have this. But it isn't that hard to make at home. Like, and it doesn't even look that, like the ingredients are quite common. And not just that, but I think like the actual process of assembly, it's not that hard either. Like, I think you would just, what do you need? Like, she made it like in 2 seconds. She was like, well, you just like cut the bread slices and, the mayonnaise, the shrimp. You have to make the salad, the filling, you have to make it beforehand. And apparently it's just that. I would have loved to seeing her actually like make that. But I think it was like no, seriously, you just like grab the shrimp, the mayonnaise, the horseradish, and that's it. Like, and you put out some herbs. What herbs did she actually put? I would love to know. But maybe like she actually mentioned it and that's it. And then it's just like the assembly and that's it. It's not gonna take you. The fact is that you have to make it like overnight because you're not gonna be able to look, oh, I'm craving this. And it's like, no, you have to put it in the fridge. But otherwise, I don't think this is gonna take you like a long time. Although, because again, I'm like, well, if that's the case, wouldn't you have just like a sandwich? Like, it's gonna take me maybe less, a fewer amount of time. I use the same, like the filling is the same, and I would just prepare myself a sandwich with it. I would grab it, and then, but maybe it's just because it's not gonna be covered. Like, the whole point is that it's covered in the cream cheese, in the gravlax, and you put the cucumbers on top. But maybe what I would do is I would put the filling. Then I would do the cucumbers, and then I would put like, I think it was like radishes, and I can't remember the other thing that she put, like the herbs. I would put them all like in the sandwich, and then I would like cover it with the other piece of bread, and then that bread I would like cover it in like cream cheese. And that's it. I would eat it like that. That's, I think, what I would do. But if I'm being lazy, although maybe it's just like, well, if I'm like getting to the point where like I got all my stuff and because I'm gonna make this, I would go all out, right? I would go and I'm gonna do my smörgåstårta and not just like a sandwich. But it's similar to that, right? Like you do essentially, even if you're like being extremely lazy, you could just like do the cream cheese, the slice of bread, do the cream cheese, then the gravlax, then, or maybe not, maybe you put like the shrimp situation on the filling on top, and then you would do the gravlax and then the other fixings, and cover the other slice with cream cheese, cover it up, and that's it. Right? Put it in the fridge for a few minutes so it can sort of like harden. Or maybe not hardened completely, but just like cool, and that's what you would eat if you're being like the extreme of laziness. Which I wonder actually if Swedish people, because he makes me like, the chef was like, no, that's actually what we eat. Like apparently those that Swedish people eat this a lot. It's not just for like a specific, like, oh, only during Christmas. Like, no. Like, they eat this, for like a weeknight dinner or for lunch. Like, it's just like a normal thing they eat every day. So I'm wondering if like people are being very lazy. Do they make the whole sandwich situation or something similar that I just explained? And because they're not like, oh, I don't have time to make my smörgåstårta. But maybe not. Maybe Swedish people are like, we're not lazy. By nature, we're actually quite, we said, no, we're going to do this. And, that's what we're going to do. And we're quite strict about this, and they're not lazy. So, maybe that's just like me sort of like corrupting the whole situation. But I like it. And yes, I don't know. I think it will be a little strange, when they tell you like, oh, it's a smörgåstårta, it's a sandwich, it's a cake, but it's a sandwich and it's not sweet. I think you will be like, what? Because obviously you associate the term cake with sweet. But no, once you actually get to see it and you see what it has, it looks incredible. It's like, no, do not let like the whole like expression fool you, because I know that you can be a little bit like, whoa, what is that? I don't like it. It's like, no. It looks incredible, actually. Like, it looks very good to the point where I'm actually, yes, I'm thinking of like replicating this at home because it's easy enough. I'm wondering also like, what's the story behind this all? Like, how did they come up with this? Like, yes, we're gonna make a cake, but it's not gonna be your average like sweet cake. It's gonna be, it's gonna be as a sandwich, but in the form of cake. We'd love to know the history and who actually invented this, and for how long has it been running, because I'm guessing it's a tradition that has like 200 years. But yes, I would love to know like how they came around with this, or maybe they don't really know who invented it, and it's just like it Yeah, I don't know. We've always done this. Nobody knows the history behind the Smörgåstårta, but we'd love to know. So I'm gonna look it up actually. That was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.